Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. We're at a local shop looking at a 2014 Chevy Silverado 1500, only 50,000 miles on it. Yes, it's lifted, it's got the loud exhaust. Customer complaint is, you can see right there, brake lights are on and only the left light works. As you can see, they are the really dumb, blacked out aftermarket LEDs that you can't see when you're driving behind the truck, but nevertheless the right one does not work. The brake and the turn signal doesn't work at all. If we turn on the parking lights, parking light works there. Parking light works there, but what about the actual parking lights? License plate lights work. I'm not seeing the actual tail lamps. Okay, but they didn't say anything about the tail lamps. They just said right turn signal failure. If you try to turn on the right turn signal, it'll just start blinking fast. Right rear turn indicator failure. Okay, let's scan it for codes. Already did that. In the BCM, we don't have any current codes. Next step, pull up a wiring diagram, see how this turn signal and stop lamp is controlled. Alright, so on this truck, actually yesterday on my way home from a trip, I just stopped by to scan it to do some homework. And there was a code stored in the BCM, B395104, right turn signal circuit open. So that kind of makes sense. It's a current code. There's a crap ton of other codes, and by the way, the shop owner here already replaced the BCM for this problem and a rear distribution block, you know, by the rear bumper, because he said there's nothing else it could be. Didn't fix the truck. So he said he's got another spare BCM in stock, but I'm hoping we can fix this thing, no parts required, you know, if it's a wiring issue. So let's look up that code and the wiring diagrams. So in all data, looking up this B395104 trouble code, right rear turn signal circuit open. Now the BCM is smart enough to actually have a very specific code if it's shorted to battery, if it's shorted to ground, or if it's an open circuit. And there's a little chart here for the right rear turn signal lamp, turn signal control. You know, you can set various codes. So we have this 04 suffix, and what does that mean? Well, if we look at the wiring diagram that I printed out last night, here's a right rear tail lamp. There's the driver for the right rear, you know, stop and turn signal. So originally this came with regular filament bulbs. Now this whole thing is an LED unit. So I don't know how that's wired in, the aftermarket one, but we know that the BCM should be able to send out power on this X4 pin 4. On the left side, on X5 pin 1, that works. So we can compare apples to apples here, the left and the right, and figure out if there's no power coming out on this driver. By the way, see the drivers are labeled F45DR and this is F46DR. What are those? Those are actually fuses that are feeding the BCM. You know, on the power side. They're not shown here. But if we look up these fuses, we're looking for F45DR. F45DR, let's see here. There's the BCM. Let's zoom in. There it is, F45DR, 15 amp on a red and white wire, should feed X5 pin 1, looks like. And this is in the instrument panel right fuse block, which should look like this. Well, the easiest thing to do is check fuse 45, which lives right here in that right fuse block. Let's go find the fuse block, get a test light, and check that fuse. And according to the wiring diagram, it should be hot at all times. Alright, here's our little fuse block. Here is the diagram. So 45 is going to be this middle fuse right here, and it says BCM 6 15 amp right next to 46, which is BCM 7 15 amp. Test light connected to the door jamb. I'm just going to check these 3 fuses. So hot, 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 blown, hot, hot. Guys, this fuse is blown. Are you telling me this shop replaced the BCM and some junction block for a blown fuse? That would be a little ridiculous. Let's install a 5 amp test light in there, so we don't blow any fuses, just in case there's a short to ground. Clear all the codes out, see if the tail lamps work. This would be kind of crazy. Alright, here we go. So 5 amp test light connected across those 2 pins. Let's step on the brake pedal, see if that rear tail lamp turns on. Alright, here we go. No tail lamp. And the test lights are glowing slightly. Okay, so there's definitely still a problem. Let's I hate lifted trucks. Let's see here. Let's get off the brake pedal. Battery low, start vehicle. Okay. Let's do the right turn signal. It's blinking a little bit and it still doesn't like the current. Well, it is blinking though. Okay. It says right rear turn indicator failure. So that might be because my test light's installed and having a voltage drop, but there's no short circuit to ground. We know that much. Let's try the brake light. Okay, you can see it's kind of dim because my test lights are lit up, not all the way. We can install a circuit breaker in here, just in case, like a 20 amp circuit breaker, and measure the current going through that circuit. Alright, so I'm going to hook up my circuit breaker. We're going to see how many amps are going through that circuit. And now, about 4 amps. Okay, so 15 amp fuse should be just fine. Nice and bright on the brake lamps. Let's try the tail lamps, parking lights. Okay, now we got these halo things. You can barely see them at night. These are really stupid, but that's it. We're done. 0.3 amps. So less than 1 amp there. Make sure the blinker works. We don't get any messages. Perfect. I guess that's it. I was kind of hoping it would be easy, but this was too easy. Just a blown fuse. No parts required. That's not a part. A fuse is an expendable item, just like a relay or a wire or something like that. So I guess you can put the original BCM back in. There's probably nothing wrong with it. Why did that fuse blow, you might ask? Well, the owner told the shop owner that he's had these aftermarket lights for years, and then a problem occurred, so he replaced them, but the new ones never worked. So the old ones might have popped the fuse. He replaced the lights and he brought it to the shop, and the shop went down a rabbit hole, so didn't follow the data, didn't look at wiring diagrams, I guess. So I hope they would have called me earlier before replacing expensive modules. Some shops are very slow to learn that. They will fire the parts can for a month and only then call me. Now for me that makes better video content and more interesting diagnostics, but in the overall, if you want to save the customer time and money, and you're not sure what you're doing electrically, don't fire the parts cannon, especially on something as expensive as a BCM with programming. Reach out for help, and sometimes it's this easy. Pop fuse from previous problem. So we're all done. Thanks all for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Alright, a little bonus footage. I just talked to the shop owner. He was a little embarrassed that he missed that. He asked me, how did you find that? I told him, you have to look at the wiring diagrams. And he says that he did, but he has Mitchell on demand wiring diagrams which are redrawn. Okay, so in this case, the OE diagrams were the way to go because the BCM drivers are labeled with the fuses. Okay, this F45DR, that's the only way you're going to find which fuse feeds this driver. It's a little strange that they do it this way, so you have to go to the power distribution diagram to find out where the fuse lives, what amperage it is, and where it's sending power to the BCM. Then the BCM sends power to the taillight from this driver. So maybe he'll subscribe for all data because they have the OE and the redrawn diagrams. I haven't used Mitchell myself recently, so I don't know if they have the OE diagrams on there, but they should. If they don't, you're not getting your money's worth, because the redrawn diagrams, they're a time saver, but for accuracy and detailed information, you can't beat the OE diagrams. So that's the lesson of the day there. Appreciate everyone watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. This car might look familiar. It's the 2014 Fiat 500L multi-air turbo that we looked at a few months ago. It was a no crank. You'll have to watch that video for the reason. And now it's a beached whale again. So it's been a few months, it's been driving fine. The owner said she just pulled in here and couldn't get it started. Full code scan, no codes. The BCM has some light, park, contact, whatever. Let's verify the customer complaint. Definitely doesn't crank. Where do we go from here? Let's do a quick visual inspection. So looking at the cluster here, what is that? What is this? It was left in drive? Let's try again. You gotta be kidding me. They called me in for Mobile Diagnosis because the driver of the car, she left it in drive. The car will not start in drive, it'll only start in park or neutral. How do you charge for that? I came out here, car's fixed, no parts required, so you guys tell me. I don't know if it's video worthy, but once in a while you'll get these calls which are like, she probably won't do that again once her dad pays for this diagnosis. So that's it. I guess we'll catch you in the next one. Fiat runs great. I checked the engine oil. Oil's fine. I thought it was a crank no start, but it was a no crank because she left it in drive. Alright, we'll see you on the next one.